Well, it is a really crappy day here. I'm actually in Los Angeles, California, and you guys ask me all the time, what is it that you really do? Well, I've kind of given you guys a snippet of that with Who is NYA Millennial, but I wanted to give you a little bit more detail behind what it is that I actually do. So I am a salesperson, a technical salesperson, and yes, as I just stated, I am in Los Angeles, California, and I am actually at a company that I sell for, SMI Gaskets, Seal Methods Incorporated.
From humble beginnings in Santa Fe Springs, Gene Welter started Seal Methods. And for the last 50 years, we've grown into one of the most diversified converters in the industry. But we didn't get here by chance. Our broad range of technology-driven, advanced manufacturing capabilities allow us to make high-quality components for any application. Working in a wide array of industries, from automotive and electronics to medical, industrial, and so many more. And while Seal Methods continues to expand our footprint across the globe, we're able to extend our offerings to our customers, giving you an uncompromising level of performance and service. As a second-generation company, we know that becoming an industry leader requires more than just expertise in quality products. It takes strong relationships built on integrity and trust. And with valued partners around the world like 3M, we can provide the widest possible selection of materials to exceed your expectations. You've trusted Seal Methods for 50 years to innovate products, processes, and people, while promoting a culture of quality and unwavering commitment. So trust us when we say, this is only the beginning. Seal Methods, we're all around you.
So, all right, we're out here on the plant floor, but I'm gonna take you guys on a tour, and again, you can ask as many questions as you want in the comments, but oh man, you guys got water all over you from being outside. But I've got to be careful with showing parts to you guys. So you're gonna have to see this from afar, and I'll explain the machine and the process, but I can't definitively tell you about the part. So right as soon as we get into the manufacturing facility, we've got quality assurance over here. This is where we check the parts that we manufacture and confirm that they are per print and provide PPAP status. We also do testing in the quality assurance lab. We can test things like adhesion, bond strength, tear strength, different things such as that. And as we get out here into the plant floor, you're gonna see that there are a lot of things going on this plant floor, and there are a lot of people heading out for the day. But as we work down through here, you're gonna see different products on rolls, different products on sheets, and different things being cut, shaped, and turned into an actual part for a customer. This here is a vertical stamping press. So the material comes in the back side of the press. There is a tool inside of that press, and it vertically goes up and down and cuts the actual shape of the part. You'll see there's several of those type of machines here. We also have similar types of machines. This is more of a rotary here inside of this room, and the reason we have it in this room is the product what we run is required to be extremely clean and cannot be contaminated with any foreign objects, dust, debris, and things like that. So 100% of that process happens within that building. It's processed into an actual part from a raw material. I can show you the raw materials, and then gets turned into the customer's specified dimensions, material type, and packaged all inside of one building there. We have raw material storage here. This is both incoming and outgoing. As we work down through here, you're gonna see that the presses get much, much larger with a wider bed on them. So we're doing the same style of cutting, vertical stamping, but it's being performed on a much larger press so that the part size can grow. Another type machine that we utilize is rotary machines. You're going to see here that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stations. Each of those stations can have a specific tool placed in it to produce a specific part, kiss cut to a sheet, meaning it's on a liner. It's got a carrier constantly with it, and the part is kiss cut to that so it can be removed by the customer. You can see the rolls here at the end. Go ahead, sir. You can also see here is another rotary press, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 station here. Multiple spindles for bringing up or down different material types to create a stack up per the customer's print. Really cool machines. Here's another rotary. This is an older style rotary, but very similar to these new style rotaries. Another thing to mention, these are servo driven, so each station can have a different speed and be changed to create more tension, more pressure, less pressure. And this is kind of the end of the process of the raw material. Outside of the fact on these rotaries, most of the material comes into width, and then we put it all together to create the customer's want and need. You can see there are multiple rotaries, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lots of rotaries in this building, and we are expanding our rotary capability. You're also seeing here an ABB robotic arm with an end of arm dispensing tool, because we also do FIP gaskets. What that means is foam in place. So that machine will, on the table, will place a part, fixture it, jig it to where it's held in place, then a robot will come over based off of a program, and it would administer a foam gasket that's in liquid state. There's an A part and a B part that comes through the dispensing tool. Once those two are combined, it now cures and grows like a loaf of bread, if you will, and creates a spongy gasket on the actual part that the customer sent to us, because not all the time can you produce a gasket on these other machines, rotary presses, vertical stamping presses, that allows for an adhesive to stick to the component, because some of those customers' parts are three-dimensional, and when you die cut on a rotary and or a vertical stamping, typically it's a two-dimensional part unless you put multiple layers together with different widths and thicknesses, which creates a three-dimensional part. Whereas here, the FIP process, it's a three-dimensional robotic XYZ axis capable. Part can be jigged on an angle, and then a robot can be programmed to perform the administration of the FIP gasket. As we come to the true starting point, yes, I did this a little bit backwards, but the starting point in most cases is the raw material. This is a raw material here. It's a foam. You can squeeze it, it's soft. It's kind of what most people would think their mattress would be made out of. And then you'll see here is this is an adhesive, comes in on a roll from 3M. And if I were to pull this liner back, you will see that that is sticky right there. So that is a big roll of linered adhesive, the adhesive being the sticky part and the liner being the carrier for the sticky part. We would take that linered adhesive, for example, and we would place it on this laminator. We would bring that material up, and then we'd bring the foam rolled material that I showed you right there, and we bring that down, and then we've got a heat plate and we've got nip rollers that squeezes the stuff together and make sure that we get a really good bond. And then once we get the bond, it takes the next step in the process, and you can see these slitting knives on this roller. I know it's kind of hard to see from that angle, but we'll come back here and see this back angle. So each of those air-driven slitter knives raise and lower, and they will slit the material down to allow us to take those master rolls of material that are typically 54 inches wide by, let's just say, 300 feet long. That would be a master roll, and you kind of see him opening one up right here. It's a different type of laminator. So we'll bring the rolls in, we'll stick them together, we'll heat them, we'll slit them to the width that we need, then re-roll it. And when I say to the width that we need, each of these machines have a width that they are capable of receiving. That width of material is created on this laminator here. Now, I'm gonna go ask some questions and see if I can show you guys some actual parts, but if I can't, you guys can go to sealmethodsincorporated.com and you can see the different supply types. Here you can see a different material width. This is a VHB product, very high bond adhesive that is essentially a permanent attachment. You can see that we've got some thin Mylars here. Mylar being a thin plastic that comes in on a roll. Most of these products that you see here are going to be utilized on the rotary presses. Some more VHB here. Over there, we've got some more larger vertical stamping presses that I kind of skipped over. On the back side of the plant, I'll take you guys back here because we also have the capability of water jet cutting parts. And when I say water jet cutting, it is exactly that. This water jet typically produces 30,000 psi of pressure. It has 4 heads on it. So all 4 heads cut the same shape that is programmed into the water jet here. And we might actually get to see some run here in just a second. We have another small water jet over here. I don't know how long it's going to take him to get this loaded up, but you can see just to his left that that's the scrap material. So he places these sheets on 2 layers high, and then the water jet cuts out parts, and then the scrap is thrown in a hopper, and most of that product gets recycled. Now again, I cannot show you guys the actual part that comes off of this machine, but you can hear the high pressure of water that's cutting through those 2 layers of foam as we speak. And what it is cutting out is a special shape of product that the customer tells us that they want based off of their print, their needs, and their requirements. And again, all 4 heads cut the exact same shape. So essentially, with 2 layers of material, we're cutting 8 parts at a time. So you can see here, this is that vertical stamping operation. There is a steel rule die mounted to the top of the press, the head that's traveling up and down, and it is creating a part specific to the customer's print. Pretty cool stuff. Makes a whole lot of different types of parts depending on the tool and how we manufacture the tool per the customer specifications. All right, well now I can show you guys these parts. These are old legacy parts that we don't run anymore. But as you can see, there's a big wide variety. We've got thin foam, silicone, rubber, silicone, adhesives, partial. And I mentioned kiss cut. You can see that there's a liner here and that part is stuck to it, but yet you can pull that part off just like a sticker, and that is a foil with adhesive on it. Thin, very thin plastic. More smaller foam pads. Obviously you guys can read that. Adhesives that do certain things. Foils, more partial adhesive parts. But that kind of gives you an overview of what Seal Methods Incorporated can do in regard to seals and gaskets. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and as always, like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to turn those notifications on and share away, share away. If anybody has interest in any of these parts, you can reach out to me in the comments and I will give you my email address, and then you can email me the specifics that you need and we can go from there.